Hey guys, welcome back. Today I have swatches to share with you for the January 2020 polish pickup. The theme for the month is Written in the Stars, and the site will launch for pre-order January 3rd at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and go through January 6th when it ends. The pre-order usually takes about 3 to 4 weeks to ship for you to get your stuff. The polishes will all be shipped together for a low price of $3. They ship flat rate, so if you make 5 orders, they'll refund you the shipping on all but one, and it'll cost you just $3 for the United States. I believe Canada has a flat rate of 5, and anything else internationally is I think they do it by weight. I'm not sure, but you can check out all of the information on the Polish Pickup website on their website, which I am going to have linked for you down below, along with my Instagram, where you can check out a ton more swatches. So I have, I believe, 22 polishes that we're going to look at today. So why don't we go ahead and get started, because this is going to be a long one, so buckle in. The first polish that we're going to look at today is from by Dany Vianna, and it's called Year of the Cat. It's going to sell for $11.50, and there will be 140 bottles available. So this is a cap. So when I say cap, that means each polish has a limit on it, and once that limit is reached, the polish will no longer be available. So for by Dany Vianna, the Year of the Cat, this is capped at 140 bottles. The polish was inspired by Kyo from Fruits Basket, and is described as an orange crele with a mix of black and white glitters. The formula on this was absolutely fantastic. It went on very smoothly, very evenly. It will dry a bit textured because there's glitter, so you're going to want a peel-off base coat if you don't like removing glitter, but with one coat of top coat, it dried nice and shiny for me. So this was 2 coats of Year of the Cat by Dany Vianna. The next polish that we are looking at is by Vanessa Molina, and it is called Magic Constellation. This is a thermal polish. It is going to sell for $12 and be capped at 150 bottles available. The bottles are 10 milliliters. It is described as a black thermal nail polish with multicolor flakes. The application on this was absolutely wonderful. It went from black when I was cold to a clear where you could see all those beautiful multicolor flakes when I was warm. The removal on this was not difficult at all. Everything in there was flakes, but it may dry a little bit textured, so you're going to want to go in with a glossy top coat to smooth it all out and make it nice and shiny. I bet you could even use this as a topper over other polishes if you so choose. So this was 3 coats of Magic Constellation by Vanessa Molina and a glossy top coat. This next polish is from Cupcake Polish, and it is called Retrograde. It is going to sell for $13. It is in a 50 milliliter bottle, and there is no cap. This is inspired by Mercury in Retrograde. It is described as a dusty eggplant purple cream based nail polish with red to pink to bronze to gold to green shifting multi-chrome shimmer. This had an excellent formula, and that shimmer was fantastic. It was very apparent and very, very shifty. It applied smoothly and evenly. It stayed right where I put it. It was opaque for me in 2 coats. Nothing in there is going to dry textured or give you any difficulty upon removal. So my swatches of Cupcake Polish's Retrograde are showing you 2 coats and a glossy top coat. This next polish that we're going to look at is from Dollish Polish, and it is called Call Me Now. It is going to sell for $13, and it is in a 15 milliliter bottle, and it was inspired by Miss Cleo, Psychic Extraordinaire. And it is described as a deep Merlot jelly that is jam-packed with pink to copper to gold to green UCC flakes, chameleon iridescent flakes, and hollow microflakes. The formula on this was excellent. It went on very smoothly and very evenly. It stayed just where I put it. Nothing in there is going to be difficult to remove, but it may dry a bit textured, but it's not the kind of texture that will be hard to remove. Everything in there, but 1 coat of a glossy top coat is going to smooth everything out for you and leave it nice and shiny. So this was 3 coats of Dollish Polish's Call Me Now and a glossy top coat. Next up is from Dreamland Lacquer, and it is called The Destiny of Stars. It is going to sell for $12. It is in a 15 milliliter bottle. It was inspired by a play on stars telling our destinies and stars being destined to go supernova. It is described as a beigey nude base with rose gold, copper to gold duochrome shifting flakes, and a mix of hollow flakes. The formula on this was wonderful. Dreamland Lacquer always kills it with her formula. It went on very smooth, very evenly, stayed right where I put it. Nothing is going to be difficult to remove. Everything in there is a flake. So it might stick a little bit to your skin when you remove it, like it might be a little bit like sparkly on your skin, but it comes right off with a little bit of acetone on a cotton pad. I have 3 easy coats of the Destiny of Stars from Dreamland Lacquer and a glossy top coat. This next polish is from DRK Nails, and it is called Zoo-diac. It is going to sell for $10.70 and be in their brand new 11 milliliter bottles. It is going to have 185 bottles available, and it was inspired by Canis Major Constellation. It is an ultra marine jelly base that is filled with purple to pink shimmer, holographic microflakes, and red chrome pigment. So like I said, they're switching their bottles, so the bottles that you see me holding are not going to be the bottles that you're receiving. You can go to the Polish Pickup website to check out how their new bottles are going to look. Otherwise, this swatched wonderfully, went on smoothly and evenly. It stayed right where I put it. The formula was perfect. Nothing in there is going to be difficult to remove or dry textured. So I have 2 coats of Zoo-diac from DRK Nails to share with you here, and a glossy top coat. Next up is a base and top coat duo by Esmaltes de Kelly, and it is called Smooth and Shine. It is available as a duo for $12. They are 11 milliliter bottles each. There's 100 of these duos available, and they were inspired by Neptune. They are specifically for strong glitters. They will basically, it's a smooth base for a nice smooth palette on your nail, and then the top coat is meant for smoothing glitters, which you're going to see here. I used it over her Neptune polish. It is Neptune by Esmaltes de Kelly. It is going to sell for $11. There are 150 bottles available in an 11 milliliter bottle. It was inspired by the ruling planet of Pisces, and it is described as a blue jelly with glitters of various sizes, holographic silver blue, pink, black, turquoise, and holographic confetti. Went on very smooth, very evenly. I used her base coat, so it applied very evenly to the nail bed, and I was able to smooth it out in just 1 coat of her shine top coat. And it kept it nice and shiny. It did not get eaten up by the glitter, which I was very pleased with. I highly recommend the glossy top coat for the smoothing of these glitters, but they are glitters, so they are going to be difficult to remove, and they will dry textured. So this was 3 coats of Neptune and a glossy top coat, which is part of her Smooth and Shine duo. This next polish is from Ethereal Lacquer, and it is called Starpath. It is going to sell for $12.50. There's no cap. It was inspired by how the stars carve out our paths, and it describes a deep space navy with a scattered holographic flake and a blazing red to gold to green multichrome shimmer. It has an excellent formula. It is almost opaque in 1 coat. Honestly, it probably was opaque in 1 coat, but I went in for 2 just because, I don't know, I feel like if I only do 1, I'm gonna want a second one, but really it's just gonna be personal preference on if you need 2 coats on this. The application is wonderful. It removes easy. Nothing in there is gonna dry textured or be difficult to remove. It is super shifty. I love this polish. This was 2 coats of Ethereal Lacquer Starpath and a glossy top coat. This next polish is from Great Lakes Lacquer, and it is called the Scorpion, the Serpent, the Phoenix. It is going to sell for $12.50, being a 15 milliliter bottle, and there is no cap. It was inspired by the astrological sign of Scorpio, and it is a purple-based multichrome with shifts of blush, silver, lime, aqua, and fuchsia. And yes, it shifts through all those colors. It is crazy. I couldn't stop taking pictures of this because it always looked different. But the formula is excellent. It glides on the nail smoothly and evenly, stays right where you put it. It is not going to dry textured or be difficult to remove, and it is so much fun to play with. Highly recommend this polish. But I have for you in my final swatch 2 coats of Great Lakes Lacquer, the Scorpion, the Serpent, and the Phoenix. Next up is Scorpius from Heather's Hues. It is going to sell for $12.50. There is no cap, and it is going to come in a 15 milliliter bottle. It was inspired by an image of a mandala with a Scorpio symbol, which is Heather's zodiac sign, and it is described as a super shifty blurple jelly that's packed with iridescent shimmer that shifts between pink, gold, green, with sparks of teal and blue. This polish is beautiful, you guys. I'm so disappointed in myself that I wasn't able to capture its true beauty on camera. I came close with those bottle shots that I included at the beginning of the video. This polish, just photos don't do it justice. Seriously, it's gorgeous. This whole month is full of gorgeous polishes, and this one is no exception. It had a wonderful formula. It went on smoothly and evenly. It stayed exactly where I put it. Nothing in there is going to be difficult to remove, and nothing in there is going to dry textured. My swatches of Scorpius are in 3 coats and a glossy top coat. And next up is Cosmosis from Jreine, and it is going to sell for $13, and there's no cap. It's going to come in a 60 milliliter bottle. It was inspired by the cosmos, and it describes as a deep navy jelly with beautiful scarlet flash, scattered hollow that's loaded with shifting flakes and hollow flakes. Formula on this is excellent. It goes on very smoothly and evenly. It stayed right where I put it. I love Jreine's brush. It gives me great control over my application. The removal process on this is going to be easy. Nothing in there is going to dry textured, so you will not have a difficult time upon removal. Nothing in there left me stained either. So I have for you 2 coats. I think I just showed you 2 coats of Cosmosis from Jreine and a glossy top coat. And next up, we have the Pixie Magic Kit from Jreine in the pigment Cosmic. It is going to sell for $15. It was inspired by the cosmos, and the kit comes with 0.30 grams of the powder, an applicator brush, and a 5 milliliter bottle of their super base. The powder is what I'm showing you here. You dip your finger in. Well, first, actually, let me start at the beginning. First, you apply your nail polish like normal. You put on your base coat, you put on your color, and you put on your top coat. You wait for it all to dry. Then you take, I use my finger, and then I finish off with a brush. So I'll dip my finger into the little pod, pick up the powder, and I'll, brush it on like you see me doing here on my nail. And then I'll take the applicator brush that comes with the packet, and I will buff it in, fight for a final smooth type finish. Then, after you do that, make sure you get your side walls and the tip of your nail so you don't leave anything out. Oh, by the way, I did this over a plain white cream polish because I thought it was really pretty. Unfortunately, I feel like the video doesn't do it any justice, but my swatches, you'll be able to see just how gorgeous it looks over the white. It's like pearlescent. So after you're finished buffing it in, I go over with a wet wipe like you see here, and I remove all the excess powder from my skin. And I find that this is the easiest. I actually didn't like the nail tape because with the brushing of my finger and then the buffing with the applicator brush, it kind of peeled up the nail tape and was messy anyway, so it was just an extra step that I didn't need. I just used the wet wipe, and then I go over it with a little bit of acetone on my brush to really clean it out. And then, once you're done cleaning up, you just apply your regular top coat. You don't have to use anything special, and you're done. This is super easy, and I love that they put out these powders that you don't need any gel because I hate gel. So this is a very easy and really, really cool process. But that was the Pixie Magic Kit in Cosmic from Jreine. And next up, this polish that you're looking at right here is from Lilypad Lacquer. It is called Stardust. It is going to sell for $14. There are 150 bottles available, and it comes in a 12 milliliter bottle. It is described as a complex mix of green, blue, purple, magenta, orange, and red multichrome flakes with orange, green, gold, and white chameleon flakes with microfine hollow pigment and a pink sparkle shimmer. This had an excellent formula. It went on smoothly and evenly. It stayed right where I put it. I did not have any difficulty removing it, and I do not use top coat for Lilypad Lacquer. So what you see is how it's going to dry. It dries pretty shiny, all on its own, and it wasn't difficult for me to remove. I didn't have any trouble, so I'm confident that you're not going to have too much trouble either. So this was 3 coats of Stardust from Lilypad Lacquer without a glossy top coat. Next up is from Lollipop Posse Lacquer, and this is Scorpio Season. It is going to sell for $13, and there is no cap. This was inspired by the water sign of a Scorpio, and it is described as a purple-based multichrome that shifts between royal purple, deep magenta, and a burnished gold that's accented with pink color-shifting iridescent flakes. The application on this was really easy. It went on very smoothly and evenly. It stayed right where I put it. Nothing in there is going to be difficult to remove, but those flakies might dry a bit textured, so you're going to want to go in with a glossy top coat to give it that smooth feeling and some shine. So this was 3 coats of Scorpio Season by Lollipop Lacquer. Next up is Bayou from Pampered Polishes. It's going to sell for $12.50, come in a 13.5 milliliter bottle, and there are 100 polishes available. This was inspired by a turquoise stone, and it is a turquoise jelly that's loaded with gold flakes, blue to aqua to violet UCC flakes, red to bronze to copper UCC flakes, navy and indigo flakes, and silver indigo flakes. The formula on this is wonderful. It goes on very smoothly, very evenly. It stayed exactly where I put it. It isn't going to dry textured, and it was not difficult to remove. So I also think this would look great with a matte top coat. I did matte top coat it. I don't remember if I put it into the video, but I did add it. I will add it to my Instagram once I start uploading these to Instagram. So this was 3 coats of Pampered Polishes Bayou and a glossy top coat. Next up is from Penélope Loose, and it is called Deeply Intense. It's going to sell for $11 in a 10 milliliter bottle, and there are 280 bottles available. This was inspired by the intensity of the Leo sign, and it is described as a purple jelly base with holographic glitters in purple, violet, pink, golden colors with matte black glitter and a little holographic pigment for added depth. Formula on this was wonderful. It went on very smoothly, very evenly. It is going to dry a little bit textured, so you're going to want a glossy top coat, and it is going to give you a little bit of difficulty upon removal, but it's not terrible. So you're just going to want to use maybe some pure acetone and it'll come off for you. But this was 3 coats of Deeply Intense and a glossy top coat. Next up is a Regulus from Polished for Days. It is going to sell for $12.50. There's no cap, and it's going to come in a 15 milliliter bottle. It was inspired by the brightest star in the Leo constellation, and it is described as a blue to pink to yellow shifting multichrome with blue to purple shifting iridescent microflake shimmer and holographic flakes. Formula on this is excellent, as always from Polished for Days, just excellent. Goes on very smooth, very evenly, stays exactly where you put it. I had no running, no pooling, no staining, and nothing in there is going to be difficult to remove or dry textured. So this was 2 coats of Regulus from Polished for Days in a glossy top coat, and this is another one of those crazy shifty polishes. It has so many colors. This was another one. I think I took over 100 photos just because it kept changing and shifting, so be sure to check out this one when I post it to Instagram as well. This is Quixotic Polishes Manifesting Greatness. It is going to sell for $12. There will be 350 bottles available, and it comes in a 12 milliliter bottle. This was inspired by zodiac signs. It is described as a deepish bluish purple base loaded with pink to orange microflakes, and indigo to blue shifting iridescent flakes. Had a wonderful formula. It goes on very smoothly, very evenly. Stayed right where I put it. I had no running, no pooling, no staining. I also did not have any difficulty to remove this. It came off really easy, so nothing in there is going to be difficult to remove, and nothing in there is going to dry textured. This is 3 coats of Quixotic Polishes Manifesting Greatness and a glossy top coat. This next polish is from Rogue Lacquer, and it is called On White Wings. It is going to sell for $12.50. There will be 220 bottles available, and they come in a 13 milliliter bottle. This was inspired by the Pegasus Constellation, and it is described as a pale minty green with intense gold to bronze shimmer with linear and sparkly scattered holographic. This, it starts off sheer. I started off with a thin first coat and used thick. I built up to, I'd say about 90% opacity. I wasn't able to get this one fully opaque. You could still see a little bit of nail line on me, but if you have shorter nails, or maybe if your nail line isn't as visible as mine, I'm sure you could probably reach full opacity. I used 3 coats for my final swatch. So this is 3 coats of On White Wings from Roll Lacquer and a glossy top coat. Next up is a topper, and it is also from Rogue Lacquer, and it is called the Hero. It was inspired by the Pegasus Constellation. It is going to sell for $11.50, and there will be no cap. It is described as a flake topper that is comprised of crushed gold metallic flakes and red to copper UCC flakes. The payout on this is wonderful. I only needed 1 coat, and it went on very evenly across the whole nail with just one dip in the brush. I didn't have to manipulate anything. This is going to not dry textured, I'm sorry, there will be no texture, and it won't be difficult to remove. So this was 1 coat of the Hero by Rogue Lacquer over a blue cream. If you're interested to know which blue cream I used, it was Polished for Days' Saltwater. And last up is from Supermoon Lacquer, and this is called Phantom Galaxy. It is going to sell for $12.50 and come in a 12 milliliter bottle. There's no cap. It was inspired by Messier, or the Phantom Galaxy, which is a grand design spiral galaxy located in the constellation Pisces, which is Marty's, the maker of Supermoon Lacquer's zodiac sign. It is described as a black and blue holographic base that's packed with red to gold color shifting shimmer, blue and gold shimmer, red and silver white sparks, blue and red pearl microflakes, pearl iridescent microflakes, and silver holographic microflakes. As always with Supermoon Lacquer, perfect formula, almost opaque in just 1 coat, but I always go in for 2. It applied smoothly and evenly. It is not going to be difficult to remove, and it is not going to dry textured. I used a glossy top coat for added shine and longevity. So this was 2 coats of Phantom Galaxy by Supermoon Lacquer and a glossy top coat. And that wraps this up for polish pickup. I am going to give an honorable shout out to Cuticula. Her mic drop base coat and limitless duo is available this month for polish pickup. I wasn't able to review it, so I can't comment on the scent, but I always can comment on how awesome it is. It has great longevity and wear, and the top coat is fast drying, and they always smell great. You can see that I love it. I use it in almost every video that you see on my channel. So I wanted to give it a quick shout out because I wasn't able to review it this month, but it will be available within the polish pickup. So that wraps this up. Don't forget, this opens January 3rd at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can find all the links available in the description box down below. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.